Very good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. How is everybody? Tired already with the lots of networking that is going on? Okay, so quick question. How many people have you talked to since morning? So I'll start from number 10. Anybody over number 10? Okay, but he's a volunteer, so we can't count him. Anybody who talked to more than 10 people? Okay, I thought the number would be okay. All right. So what's the number? 5? No. How many of you talk to more than 5 people? Can I see the show of hands? Okay, thank you.
5 new people.
5 new people.
Yes.
Yeah, let's be clear of that. Okay. So my next quick question. What is the purpose of you attending this event? So I'll just pick a few around, or if somebody can volunteer, that will be more than great. Anyone? What were you expecting from here? Something that AI didn't give you. May I know? So, gray shoot. Sorry? What were you expecting?
Expectation is to get more about the AI and want to see some people here.
See people or talk to people? See, there's a difference again. You want to see people or you want to talk to people?
Talk to people.
So how many did you talk to? Just me. Don't tell me it's just me that you talked to. 3 only. Okay, fine. And the pretty lady. Yeah.
I just wanted to, explore this opportunity to see if there is anything I can.
Okay, understood. So, how many of you are here because it is IITM? Super. No more honest people in the room? I am here because it is IITM. I am honest. And what I am expecting from here is to know more things about how AI is taking its place in 2024, or I can say almost 2025. And I'm not wishing you Happy New Year. And I wanted to know what are the different things, what are the different perspectives that people are having when it comes to AI, the automation and the job replacement, the students more specifically. And that is because I have an edutech firm and I want to provide nothing but the best to my students. Right? So, today we are going to talk about the perspective that is not so seen. Right? What is the future of AI that is not so commonly seen? Right? So, the next thing, why is it not? Okay, got it. So it just works here. Thank you. Right. See, I'll be one more thing I would like to tell very honestly. I didn't put lot of efforts on the presentation. My team people helped me. So, don't worry about the presentation. Let's just talk right now. Okay? So, the question that we have right now is, how will we face something that is not human for the next generation? We are the next generation, right? So, if we have to compete with something that is not human, it will not sleep, it will not eat, right? You can put it on charge for 24 hours and still it's working the same. Right? It is working the same. And you ask anything, how many of you use your assistants call hey Siri, call mom. You guys do that, right? If not Siri, of course. Yeah, everybody does that. So how will you compete with something that is not a human? It is taking over your jobs. That is what people are saying. There's a lot of recession. But why in this generation of the maximum innovation, right? Why is it that there is a job, like the recession is deepening? It is not solving any issue, right? So my next thing is the solution for this. The answer to this question, I can say. That is because when it comes to AI, it is learning exponentially. How we learn, we adapt is linear, right? So the rate of AI adapting, the rate of AI learning is way too exponential. So let's say if we are going 2 steps further like this, the AI is going like this, which is like multiplying, right? 2 plus 2 is 4, but 2 into 2 is also 4. So you don't give me this example, except for this you can tell me something else, right? Because right now it is not just 2% that is there. It is in a much faster way. It is evolving like anything. So before the data that, let's say if I had to read a book that is of 600 pages per se, it used to take me at least a week if I am a fast reader, and it might take me up to 2 or 3 weeks if I am going at a consistent pace. But right now I can read the same book in 10 minutes. And there are AIs which are helping me do that, right? So the question is, how are we, what was the graph that has been followed? So over here, if you guys can see, I just put a small graph to give a small brief about it. In the 18th to 19th century, there was this, so-called urbanization, which is like the basic one if we talk right now. So post-urbanization, we had the innovation part where the industries like transportation, communication, all these were evolving, right? Before, if I have to call somebody who is far away, I had to call to the telephone directory. They would manually switch the wires so that I could talk to the person that I wanted to. But now, I can immediately talk to somebody who is staying in America, Australia, wherever, right? How are you being able to see a person who is somewhere in America staying here? You FaceTime that person and that person is there, right? So how are you being able to see it? Any answers? Not technically, just a normal one. How are we communicating right now? The smartphone, right? Right. So it has evolved to that stage, we are in that stage right now where we can do everything in the everything is on the fingertips, right? So let me go to the next slide. Now the question is, it has come to the brim right now. The innovation has come to one place where now it is growing at a more exponential pace. So the question is, are we ready to coexist with it or not, right? Because now to do something creative also, before we used to boast that, we can think creatively, we can do the problem solving, we can, do art. The machines can't do this. But right now the machines are doing art, they're composing songs, they're doing everything. Right from being creative to being logical, right, to coding, they're doing everything. So are we ready to tackle something that is as talented as, the AI is right now? So the another example is the Siri that I was mentioning before. So if we want something to be done right now, for that matter, send somebody a text. Also, we just call out to the assistants and they're doing the work for us, right? And even communication, like I was just checking the IRCTC the other day, and if I dial 139, the chatbot talks to me, like asks what do I want, and the next time I'm calling 139 again, it just remembers what was the PNR number that I have given to it, and it just tells me that, hey, this is your PNR number. If you're calling to know what is the status of your ticket, you can just dial 1 and I can give you the status of it, right? Before it was not like this. Are you all in that generation where you didn't know what was your PNR and all? Anybody here? No? I think I would need an answer. Okay, how many of you went to a station to book a ticket? Okay. Super. Rest all? Are you all rich or you are just too shy to talk right now? Yeah. So, we used to wait for hours and hours just to book one small ticket. And don't even get me started when it comes to movies. We used to go to the movie hall like 1 hour before just to get that one movie ticket, watch for 3 hours, not ask my dad for popcorn and come back. So that's how it used to be. But now it's not like that, right? We just book, we have our God Book My Show and you have your tickets anyway, right? So, how many of you know this? I know now the technical heads will talk. How many of you know what this is? Okay. Sir looks too experienced to ask to, so I don't want sir to answer. You can. I mean, I don't, no offense, but again. Yeah. Can you please use the mic?
I believe it came from a person that states that for every year that comes, the transistors, the number of transistors in the chip would increase.
Don't read.
I'm not reading that. It increases exponentially, and it states that at one point there would be, that exponential increase, and people are debating like the Moore's law is coming to an end, or this, that, etc. So,
good. And do you know who that person is?
Not very much aware of him.
Not much. Intel founder, correct. And anybody else who want to give a better explanation about that? I mean, just an add-on also works. Sir, you can answer, please. Mike.
So within the same area of like a chipset, right? How many transistors you can place, right? It will double in every, how many, I think 18 months or 16 months. It will double every 16 months. So it has propelled the growth of this computer era, right? What we have now, right? So all the smartphones, everything, right? That's the base for it actually.
Right.
Moore's law.
Yeah. So the Moore's law basically says that every 2 years, the computational power of the microchip doubles. And that means the working of the computers that are there right now, it is going to be more efficient. And as many transistors are the ones that we put on the microchips, as the number of transistors increase, then the microchip performance increases. And so is the working of the computer. Okay? So that has been begun like quite a while back. We could say some 1980s around. So since then, we have come to that almost saturation point where right now we are in that stage that it is going to be consistent from here. So there are multiple debates going on about this, like he said. And the reason for me to bring up something like this is the same happens with technology. It can go exponentiate as much as it can, but at one point of time, there will be a point where there is a saturation and it is time for us to coexist. Right? So, how many of you watched Jurassic Park? What was the last Jurassic Park about? Coexistence. Right? Where the dinosaurs and the humans, they live together. Right? The children will no longer play with dogs, yet they'll play with dinosaurs. Correct? They'll have pet dinosaurs at home. So we will have our pet AIs that we will be coexisting with. Like we have our cute Siri right now. Right? The same way. As much I'm saying that we have to coexist, there is this concept called as singularity. Now what does this singularity mean? The ability of the AI to think for itself, understand things, and be on its own. So there was this one incident of Bob and Alice. Does anybody know about it? Who are Bob and Alice? They're not your friends in case you have them. Anybody knows who are Bob and Alice? A no would also do. No? Yes. You are the topper of your class, right? Are you from IITM? No. Okay, sure. Thank you for that. So what he mentioned was anyway right. In 2017, there was an experiment that was done by Facebook. So what happened in this experiment was, they were trying to see if two chatbots can communicate between each other. But what happened was, they started communicating between each other in their own language that was unable to be, the developers were unable to decode it. So, and when Sophia, I'm sure that everybody knows Sophia, right? Yeah. I don't know why few people are smiling, but yeah. We all know when Sophia was first introduced to the world, everybody said this is like such a big thing, like we have a humanoid robo after Chitti Robo, and now we are like, this is the end of the world, and now UAE has given it citizenship, and we are just going to have like robots walking around us all along. But right now, that could be happening probably 10 years down the line, not sure, but there are instances where even Sophia said like things where she wants to take over the humans, right? And AlphaGo is one such AI that outwitted the human, like the best player of Go. It outbid the best player, and it also made us learn, made the players learn new moves of that Go game, right? So the question is, what if they are actually thinking something on their own and they're trying to come up with it, and we are just merely the players of it? Isn't that concerning? Is it? Yes? See, I am very stubborn. I would want an answer from you all. So is it a yes or no? Yes. So the next thing is, do we still control the technology that we have created? Right? We have been time and again, we said we want machines, we want that, we want the machines to do that, this, that, and now they are doing everything. Right? Like I said before, they're creating, they're singing, they're maybe dancing also with the chatbots that are created by the AI, right? And what else is left for us to do? So quick question. I want you all to think of 3 things that you can do that AI cannot do. Just 3 things. And I'll ask you at the end of the session. You have a lot of time. Yeah, you can chat GPT this also. No, not a problem. Right? So what are those things that you can do and AI cannot do? This is the question. Cool with it, everybody? Yes? Okay. The next thing is, what happens when the machines begin to make decisions we can't understand, let alone control? What will happen? The instances of Bob and Alice are just an example. Any questions from there? No? Okay. Right. So, before, there used to be something called as legacy systems. What are these legacy systems? In Gen Z terms, we call them old school. Who are old school? We call old school to those people who are just thinking like some 50 years back, 60 years back. So legacy systems are the same thing, the old school ones, right? Now, what if we are the old school to the AI? So I'm here just to give you all perspective, and that's what I'm doing. So don't judge me if I don't have the answers. I do have the answers for a few, but I'm trying to put more questions to your mind so that you and I can together use AI in a much better way. Right. So, legacy systems are basically those things that like the computers or the computers that were, 50 years back that were used, and now still they are working, but they are outdated. Right? So, coming back to the question, what is your edge over AI? What is it that you can do that AI cannot do? Still have that question in your mind, right? Sorry? Sleeping and eating. Did I hear it right? Cognitive ability. Okay. So something that is not just emotional, just something other than that, something that will earn us money, I can say. Right? Some skill, merely, if I have to say. So what is that edge or that skill that you have? Now the next thing is, like I said before, in this era of innovation, so many things are happening around. Why is it that there is a deepening effect on the jobs? That is because not always does innovation mean more job creation. They are two different things. Innovation is basically doing something in a much creative, better and smart way. But job creation is a very big responsibility for all the entrepreneurs, right? Not everyone who is working on an innovative product is being able to create jobs right now, and that is also because of AI, which is leading to the deepening effect of the recession. That is the reason why recession is happening, why there are job losses. So what can you do about this? So I talk to a lot of students every day, and I talk to, let's say, almost 100 to 200 students every day. One thing that I hear from the students is, see, now the AI can code for me. I don't have to work on the code. Even NVIDIA CEO said that, right? You don't have to learn how to code because you have no code tools. You have the AI doing things for you. But it is important that you learn how to code, and that is because you need to know the dynamics of how an application is working. And how many of you agree with me? Great. May I know why you won't agree with me?
I do agree with that. We should know the basics because
Okay.
we will be able to correct them if there is anything that
Yes.
is going wrong.
Correct. Thank you. So, exactly the reason what he said. We need to know the dynamics of it just because we need to know what is wrong with the application. And the answer that I get from my most of the students, if we have an error in the application also, we can give the error to the AI and the AI can rectify it and give it to me back. How many of you think this is the right solution? No? Not one person I can debate with? Right. So, this is actually not the right way. You want a debate or something? Okay. So, this is actually not the right way. The right way is to understand, it's okay if you're doing a smart work by just giving the application content to the AI and you're just trying to generate some code. But the error correction, the dynamics of the application, how do you deploy it, everything should be done by you so that just in case there is no AI that is popping up in the future, you know what you did and why you did. Right? So, the things like this, like innovation, it drives economic growth, it is essential for competitiveness, all these reasons. But it is not fit for job creation. And that is because, excuse me, it's fine. And that is because there are things that are, because right now the AI is in so much boom, people are tempted to use it so much. But if we look at it in the right way, AI is not the picture here. It is data that is the picture. Data is what is being selling, data is what is being used, and data is what that will be used in the future. And our focus is not on the AI, but it should be on the data. How do you analyze the data? How do you transform the data? How do you work with the data? It is not the robots, it's not the AI, it's not anything else that is, in the so-called light right now. It is in the light right now because it is the new fancy thing right now, right? When blockchain was first, in the market, people said, oh my god, it is blockchain, oh my god, cloud computing. But right now, it's just cloud, right? Am I making sense? So can I get a yes? Thank you. So, our perspective should shift from AI to data because right now, even a vegetable seller is using UPI in India, right? Even he has the data about where his transactions are going and from where his transactions are coming, how much money is there, where did he spend it, right? He has the data of everything. Who transferred him the money, right? Everything in just one app. And it is all data, right? The schools are having data, hospitals, any shop that you go, right? Everybody asks for your mobile number or your email ID and that's it. That is the only thing that they need and boom, your data is there, right? So, let's shift our focus from calling or highlighting what the the AI is, and let's start focusing on the data. How do we work with it, right? And to work with data, we must know the dynamics of how applications work, how the data transformation can be done, and how everything works, right? So we still need to skill up, and when I say skill up again, it doesn't mean merely taking a course, right? Course is nothing but just a certification that everybody gets, right? I'm talking this purely in the perspective of students. Many students complain that I have taken a full stack development course, and I'm still not getting a 10 lakh LPA job, which is really not the way. You can expect a 10 lakh LPA job when you think you are eligible for some company to invest 10 lakhs per annum on you. So what are you bringing to the table is what is important. Not what skill or what certification have you done. Yes? Okay. Great. So moving to the next one, that is hybrid teams. Before, the teams used to be like, let's say they're working on an application. There used to be a UI UX person, a front end person, a back end person, a tester, right? All these people. Right now, we can have a hybrid team of AI and human, where They are co-working to build the same thing, and the AI is helping this person. Like I said before, coexistence. Simple. All you have to do is use your brain also, so that it is not getting rusted. At the same time, take help of something that is having much more knowledge than us, and is having the ability to read things and understand things in a better and faster way, so that it is improving our efficiency. The agenda is to improve our efficiency, not do the work faster. Doing work faster is fine, right? What if you are crossing a deadline? It's fine. But understanding and doing things in the right way is what is important. Am I correct? Yes? Okay. So that's what hybrid teams mean. So the next question, this is the last question. How will we write the next chapter? So what do I mean by this next chapter? The next chapter means the chapter of coexistence, like in Jurassic Park, right? Jurassic Park, if somebody didn't watch, I really recommend you all to watch that movie, because there it is dinosaurs, here it is AI. And the same kind of buzz is going on, right? How many of you are in the colleges right now, like you're all students? Okay, can I get few colleges, like which colleges you are from? VIT Vellore. Okay. Next? Sairam. REC. Where? Where is Satyamama? Okay. Super. Any else? MGIT. Okay, where is it? Chennai. Pondicherry. Okay, super. So, as the students, I would like you only to answer, the Pondicherry person. So, as a person who is not giving that, that space or exposure to things like this. Generally, things like this happen in your college, like the DevFest and all? No. So, as somebody who's not being that, that person who is not given that much of exposure, what is that one thing that you would like to take away from here?
I want to share the skills, actually, the experience and the networking. So I met actually 8 plus people. Mm-hmm. So I want to share the experience, how I met the people here to my college friends. I actually I came last year. I came by solo only. Mm-hmm. This time I brought some of my friends, like 15 to 20 members.
Super. Can we give him a round of applause? Super. What's your name? Mervin.
MERWIN.
Okay. Super. Anybody else with that nice story? Satyamama people? The last person, I guess. You are from Satyamama, right?
The main thing I'd like to take away from this event, actually inter-college events do happen at Satyabama, but not to this scale, of course. The one thing I'd like to take away from here is, since there are many industrial experts here and people like that, I'd like to get the knowledge of what's going on in the current industry and what's the current trends and what technology is currently going on right now, because there's only so much I can learn on my own from YouTube and articles and stuff. So learning from actual people is not a chance usually it comes by every day, right? It only happens in certain events. So yeah.
Super. Your name again?
Kevin.
Correct? Okay. Thank you. One last person. Students. REC. What's that again? Okay.
I'd say meeting like-minded people. Like there'll be many people knowing a lot about technology. So as a person from Satyabama said, there'll be industrial professionals coming here and talking about various things. Like you could just watch it in YouTube, but when you just meet these people, you could just ask questions to them right away. Plus, you meet a lot of people from various companies and even colleges. You get to meet them and even make friends, connect with them, to probably collaborate sometimes.
Super.
And also, get to know about various perspectives. So, you may have perspective of this technology, and they might have a different one, and you get to just, somehow connect.
Yeah.
We also got GDG on campus in our college, so we got to know about this event already, so we just wanted to relate it together.
Super. Extraordinary. So how is it working?
Yeah, we form a team and we work on projects.
How is it working here?
Here.
Working means how do you like the day?
I mean, the topics that we take here are relatable to the ones that we learn other than our syllabus, basically.
Okay. Super. So the reason I have asked this question is to answer that question, that is, how are we going to write the next chapter? So how are we, because we are the future of this, we will have to skill up so much that we also are in the brim of it. So before we used to have demand for people who were vertical. That means horizontal. That means they knew a little bit of here and there technologies and that would be done. Later came the demand for vertical people where they had in-depth knowledge about one thing. But now is the demand for T-shaped people. Now who are these T-shaped people? People who know different things but at the same time have in-depth knowledge about one concept. So it could be about data analytics, it could be AI, it could be full stack, non-stack, whatever you want to call it. Right? So build that one skill that is unbeatable. That means you know nook and corner of it. But you also have experience or you just know things about different other concepts so that you are not just lacking out. Right? So this is what is required for the current students. Now, here there are few practices that we should follow. One is self-learning. Two is lifelong learning, which will only be the way for the future because the AI is still going to exponentiate because the creators are not going to stop, right? And until it is reaching that saturation, we should also be running with it, right? So let me come back to my previous question. What is the edge that you have? Any answer, it's fine. Yeah.
Skills, survival skills that we have. Those are
Okay. But there are robots that are cooking too.
not as much as.
Not yet, but in future, obviously.
Any robot cannot match any chef even.
Okay. It takes time, obviously.
Yeah, but not
Okay.
50, 70 years.
Okay. Emotional intelligence, okay. Okay. Empathy. The cognitive skills that he summed up. Anything else you want to speak? No?
Obviously, all the machines need validation before they do something. So, cannot be done with that.
Not necessarily, because we saw Sophia talking. They don't need validation, not exactly.
Can't say that. So we need.
See, that's always a possibility, right? That's what we are talking about. Sure, that's an answer. Okay. Moral solution, but they are inculcating all these moral. They are training the models to be sensitive also right now.
But it can't replace human when it comes to moral.
Sometimes we are also immoral. You can't complain. Any other? Intuition. Predicting.
நம்ம சொன்னது பெரிய இஷ்யூ ரொம்ப விட்டுறோம்.
But even we work like that, right? We also remember what happened in the past. That's how our institution also works. We also follow the patterns. Okay, so the answer is being adaptable. We are the most adaptable, creatures that God has ever created, right? So that adaptability is what we have as an edge. That means we can adapt to the situations as much as we can. We can learn more skills. We can see where we fit in, and we can fit, right? So it's more or less survival of the fittest. So if you want to fit in,
So please don't leave. There is a small announcement. So after this session, I will realize.
yeah. So that is what skill we have, and that is our edge. Okay. So with this, I would like to conclude, and it was really wonderful talking to all of you. And I would like to give a small brief about me. I am Swathi Rusheetha, and I am the founder CEO of Knowvation Learnings. We are an edutech firm. We work with students, teaching them latest technologies based out of projects. We are currently building an application called IQ, where we are trying to build a space for students to learn, network, collaborate, get mentors, prep themselves for interviews, etc. So this is a small brief, and I really hope you all had different perspectives on AI by now. I really wanted to go technical too, but I thought you all would be bored by the end of the day because it is like 2:30. My session was, and I didn't want to talk anything technical. So yeah, maybe next time. So thank you so much.